Yeah, Kieran.
All right, so for those of you that don't know me, as Cam said, my name's Kieran. I run cross country, track and field here. I've just been asked to share a little bit about my story. So in order to do that, I'm going to start right back at the beginning. So I was raised in a Christian home. In fact, my dad was actually my pastor. So like I grew up with like the firmest, most solid foundation of faith like you can imagine, which I'm really grateful for. But alongside that, my dad also worked at a professional football, soccer club in the city. So I also grew up surrounded by elite sport, which is kind of interesting. I was always taught that they could go hand in hand, but I never really saw that. The football players, they weren't Christians. So I had a tough time grasping that for a while. But because I was surrounded by these pros, I wanted to be like them. I grew up, as most English boys do, wanting to play football for England. Unfortunately, things didn't quite plan out like that. And at age 15, I found myself running track, which is not what I had in mind. And fast forward 3 years later, I started to achieve some success. So in the track season, when I was 18 years of age, I won 2 national titles. I finished the season ranked number 9 in Europe and inside the top 30 in the world. I started to gain media attention, featuring on this magazine, which is kind of a bit like your Sports Centre magazine. And I'll come back to that in a second. Going to the cross-country season, I achieved what I always wanted to achieve from age like 7 or 8. I managed to represent my country. I ran for England, and a couple weeks later, I ran for Great Britain at the European Championships. Also, alongside this time, I started talking to a shoe company. They were talking to me about the possibility of signing a professional contract in the near future. So I was 18 years of age, and I had everything I could ever want. I was international. I was talking about becoming professional. The world would tell you that I had made it, right? So a little bit story about this magazine. I was on holiday with my mum, my youngest brother, and walking through the airport, and I look to my right, and there's this store in the airport. And on the shelf, I see myself on a magazine. Like, I was 18 years of age, and I was like, this is so cool. And like, you get caught up in the moment, you know? Of course, I went and brought a copy to flex. But, I thought I'd made it. But to be honest with you, I wasn't satisfied. This picture for Great Britain, there was a race in Bulgaria on the Sunday. We flew home on the Monday. On the Tuesday, I was back down the track doing my next workout ready for my next race, because me and my coach, that's all we could think about. What is next? We weren't satisfied. Yeah. Okay, so we started the season carried on, and I was like, I'm running really well. I'm super excited. And then something happened that I wasn't really expecting to. You see, my successes, all they had done was raise the bar of expectation. So my expectations of myself were higher. My coach's expectations were higher. My competitors' expectations of myself were higher. The shoe company, their expectations of me were higher. And I started to feel this performance pressure. I started to run because they told me they wanted me to achieve something. I literally got like a 60, 70-page PDF document from the shoe company saying, these are the do's and don'ts for social media. We want you to increase your social media platform so that you can become of value to us. And that was what my identity, my life became. It was like, I need to prove my value, prove my worth to shoe company, to the competitors, to my coach, to myself. And it got so draining. I fell out of love with sport. I didn't want to run, but I did it because it looked like it was going to become my career. So yeah, a couple of months later, I suffered an injury. It was a foot injury at first. We were like, this is no big deal. A couple of weeks off, I'll be fine. 10 months later, I haven't got a diagnosis, so I undergo surgery. And in the end, this injury takes me out of competition for 16 months. At this point in time, I was at this level. I had everything. 16 months out meant I lost all of that. The shoe company were no longer interested in them because I couldn't meet their needs. I wasn't of value to them. I wasn't marketable. I was 20 years of age, running slower than I was when I was 18. So I felt like my reputation was in tatters. I was ashamed of myself a little bit, I guess, because I hadn't met expectations. But the injury did lead to some positives. As you know, your sports take up a lot of time, and when that's taken away, you have a lot of free time. And after a while, I started to fill that free time with Christian community. So I got more heavily involved with a UK organisation exactly like this called Christians in Sport, and that enabled me to like recalibrate my life, like put God at the middle and align myself with that, not with my sport. So if you go to the next slide. So this is like a Bible verse. It's like a classic Bible verse, something I've been taught all my life, but it wasn't until I got injured that it like took root in my heart. So it says, throw off everything that hinders and run the race marked out before you. So when I was injured, I started to realize that I wasn't running the race I was meant to be racing. Right? I was literally running the race that the world told me to run.
Wow.
I was running the race that was after success, after money, after fame, after recognition, after seeking worth from other people like yourself. And I was let down time after time. So I guess I just want to finish by saying, the race we're marked out for is the race that is set before us by Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of our faith. And when you run that race, you've got security. I've got security now that whether I have a good day or a bad day, good race or a bad race, I'm 100% loved, 100% accepted, 100% worthy of everything, and that is not going to change.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I just want to say like that freedom like helped me fall in love with sport again, and enabled me to now be in this place where sport for me is not a performance anymore. It's now a platform for me to worship.
Amen.
Thank you.